I would say I'm disappointed about the results. So I could see also the disappointment on the players as well. The whole team, we are disappointed, for the fact that, we lost the game and we couldn't progress to the next round. And the other factor, to lose such a huge margin, back at home, especially when we started better, by taking the lead. That also gave players or the whole team the belief that, we can turn around, the results, But unfortunately, when they equalized when they equalized, I believe that it also took the steam, on the team, especially on the mindset of the players. I think, when I look at them, they were so dejected, even though we try to uplift them, to believe that they can score more goals. So I felt that, psychologically, the equalizer had a huge impact on it. Then again, when you start the second half, when they scored, that goal to make it 2-1, I believe that, the team just don't believe that, it was impossible to go out there and get the better results. But again, I can't falter the effort from the players, and also I can't falter the attitude, the fighting spirit. But unfortunately, you could see that, they were playing, or we were playing against a well conditioned team, and you could see the individuals at some stage. You could see our players struggle to cope with the pace or the intensity, of the Angolan players, and in many occasions, when I saw that, players, they struggle to defend 1v1 situation, especially, when an opponent is on a high speed, we struggle to deal with that, but I felt that that was due to the conditioning of the players, not match fit. But again, I can't falter them for this great, effort that they put in. And also, I also believe that when I look at the chance that we got, if we had put that one just before the break, I think that would have also worked, for the better for the team, So when we missed that chance, you could see that, players, they felt disappointed, and also I felt that it also contributed, in this, I would say, they felt, like it was, when they missed that chance, and also I think the players were just counting on the chances, and also the goals that were scored against us, the chances, I'm referring to the chances that we got, that we didn't take them, So when we missed that chance, it was like an opportunity, went, so now I believe that it also affected them, mentally, I believe that was also the major factor, That was the major factor. You could see, no matter how much players tried, but preparation, it's key. As they always say, you fail to prepare to what? You must prepare to lose, in this situation, Yeah, so I believe that it was difficult for us, starting from day one, where we couldn't have players because the clubs were not obliged to release their players, and the players were they were withdrawn. Now we had to start the camp very late, on Thursday, yet we're playing on Sunday, and missing, all those days for preparation, and that also contributed into this performance. And also again, some of the players, they were involved with their clubs. So on Friday, and they reported, to camp on Saturday morning, and for us having only one training session with the full squad, on Saturday, afternoon. So I believe that it also contributed, immensely into the performance that also affected our results, But again, yes, we can't blame the clubs because they are not obliged to release the players. So I feel personally that these are some of the serious issues that football people, we need to sit down and say, and have a conversation on saying how can we really, really try to help the national team in this situation, because it's not going to help. It's not going to help for the development of soccer and also for our pride, as a nation, because we do have the talent, and to be beaten at home in this manner, and while realizing the ability of the talent that we have, that we can't get access to, it portrays a bad image, about the state of our football. Yet our state of football, it's not where it is. It's all about us trying. It's all about us trying to find each other, trying to help each other. Because as if we will go like this, we will always be negative on ourselves, negative to each other. That will never help, the growth and the development of our football in the country. Because right now we find ourselves in a situation whereby we have to bring in players that do not get game time, But for me personally, I salute these players, because for me it shows that, when we go to a war, irrespective whether you are ready or not ready, but when you are called to represent, the flag, and play, you just say, you raise your hand and say, here I am. And these players, they did the same thing, they knew, some of them knew that, they are not getting game time. Some of them knew that they do not have clubs, but for them to honor the collapse, in this kind of situation, for me, I salute them. I salute them, because if players would have said, "Coach, we can't honor the match because I'm not playing, I'm not getting more game time in my team," so now it will also give me, or it will put us as a nation that we are even scared to go out there, and make sure and face the challenge and try to overcome it. But again, that was a true reflection of the state of football in our country. So I would believe that if we can just sit down and make sure that we put our heads together, we put our efforts together, we find a common goal on how we can really assist. Because you look at all these other African countries, when it comes to CHAN, everything stopped. You could see the celebration. You could see the celebration of the Angolans, when they beat South Africa, and they didn't care whether they are beating a stronger team or the so-called players that get more game time at their clubs. They didn't care. For them, they beat South Africa, and it will always reflect like that. But for us as South Africans, if we say, no, we can't release players because of this and that, we are not obliged. But at the end of the day, the image, the pride of our country, is dented big time. I'm not too sure whether is this all what we feel, or is all this what we want to experience as South Africans. I'm not too sure. But being part of the team before as a player. Also now I'm in the coaching department, by when we travel, we observe people taking pride in representing the flag, irrespective whether that league is FIFA sanctioned or CAF sanctioned, but they take pride when their team goes out there and play. They take pride. So if we can see that, from the whole football family, if we can see that, I still believe that South Africa wouldn't be where it is in terms of the ranking. South Africa, I don't think that will be where it is in terms of struggling to qualify for major tournament, So I believe that if we can, take our differences, truly take our differences and work towards, building and defending the flag, in the football fraternity, and especially in men's football, I believe that we can turn it around and experience more than what we did experience in 1996.